Welcome back to Alma Traveling. If you've been here before, thank you so much for joining us again. And if you're new, I'm Lorena.
And I'm Raul. And in today's video, we're going over Halloween Horror Nights.
We love coming to Halloween Horror Nights. I've personally been coming to Halloween Horror Nights since 2005. Granted, not every single year, but that's one of my earliest memories of coming to Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights. And it was so much fun. I think I spent the bulk of the time just running and screaming.
Guys, it's way too hot, so we had to take this inside.
Short intermission.
A few moments later.
Sorry guys, we had to come inside because it was so hot out there. Our GoPro almost melted on us.
Yeah, it's Florida weather for you. What do you expect? Yeah. But Halloween Horror Nights, the reason why you're watching this video. So, first take. What do you think?
I thought it was a lot of fun, and it was raining, which it added to the mood. We'll get into that. And one of the characters, as they call them here, really got me in one of the scare zones.
If you've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, you're missing out. You definitely need to go, whether it's this year or next year. But some things to keep in mind, we're gonna give you some tips now on Halloween Horror Nights and how we can help you make your experience much better. So now let's talk about pricing. And although the website says $79.99, that's not the case every night of the week. And especially as you get closer to October or into Halloween, prices go up. And here's one of the biggest recommendations I would offer you guys is that you guys should definitely consider getting the Express Pass. I'm telling you right now, these lines, although it's September, the lines went up to 85 minutes. During Halloween peak season, you could wait up to 2 hours in line for the main attraction. So keep that in mind. If you're coming here to the park and you're gonna spend 6-7 hours, you may only do 3 houses. So if you do the Express Pass, yes, it is much more expensive. You'll be able to accomplish at least the majority of the houses. Express Passes range from $120 to $180 depending on the night of the week. It's pretty expensive.
And keep in mind, there are 10 houses, at least this year there were 10 houses. We got to see all 10 of them because we had that Express Pass. We also had this thing called RIP Tour, and we'll get into that because that was, if you are a big fan of scary movies and that, you know, spooky culture and that kind of thing, I think it's very, very convenient if you go ahead and do this RIP tour.
Like everything in Halloween Horror Nights, RIP tours are not cheap. Depending on the night of the week, it could range from $299 to about $350
per person.
Not including the general admission. So you also have to pay about $80 to about $120 for the general admission. So easily it could be about a $400 ticket just to have the RIP tour experience.
But let's get into why the RIP tour is worth it, in my opinion. Here's the thing. Not only do you have a tour guide taking you around the entire park, but that tour guide helps you skip the entire line. You go straight to the front into the haunted houses right away. But before you get into the haunted houses, you get the opportunity to go into this dining area only for RIPs, and you have a spread of all kinds of food and desserts, and they also have some characters in there, you know, trying to get you. One of them got me before we left.
Actually, we got one of them too. We scared one.
We did.
Right? I was recording her and she got scared and she walked away.
I didn't see
the scary ghost. Another perk about the RIP tour experience is they give you complimentary valet parking. So you don't have to pay for parking. However, it comes with a stipulation, first come, first serve. Get here early. We got here pretty early, but the thing is that we're staying in Cabana Bay, so we didn't really use that experience.
Yeah, because we have the shuttles here that you just wait for them outside the hotel and they take you straight to the park.
The attractions.
Yes.
The rides. Now,
that's another really cool perk, especially if you get here early. The RIP tour allows you to skip the line at all the attractions. The attractions are things like, you know, the roller coasters, the mummies, and that kind of, anything that's not a haunted house is considered a
ride, a regular ride.
Yeah.
Once again, this RIP experience gives you Express Pass, unlimited Express Pass to any attraction that's not a haunted house.
But only get into the haunted house as an RIP with a tour guide. So you can't, after your tour's over, it's not like you can go back to the haunted house and skip the line. You have to make the regular line after that. But it took us almost all the way until closing time to get through all 10 houses.
Our tour started at 8:30 in the evening and we finished at 1:30. That's over 5 hours.
Yes. And we didn't only just do haunted houses, we also went to a show.
That show was amazing.
It was so good. The dancing was phenomenal. And they also had some fire dancers, and that was really cool. And then some acrobats. They also had some really cool illusionist things, like some magic, and we were trying to figure out how they were doing some of their magic tricks. It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot.
I figured out. At least I figured one part, but I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. Yeah. You guys watch it and try to figure out how they, let me see, do we spoil it? No spoilers. How about that? Just have fun at the show, all right?
This year's theme for for Halloween Horror Nights 2022 is The Weeknd. If you've ever seen any of his music videos, you know they're kind of weird and creepy. So it goes right into the theme, which is why he wanted to be a part of it this year. And his haunted house was one of my top 3 favorites.
It definitely was. And, you know, it wasn't that it was scary. It was just visually, the way they designed that set, it was awesome.
Yep.
So definitely one of the top 3 haunted houses. But let's talk about what to bring to the park and what to wear.
Ladies, obviously, you want to bring comfortable shoes. Anytime you go to any of the parks in the Orlando area, bring those sneakers. Another item that you're going to want to pack is a poncho.
It's Florida. It's rainy season during September and possibly during October, so definitely bring a poncho. At Cabana Bay, we paid $11, but it was so well worth it for the ponchos. It was raining throughout the night. Although it was raining, it really didn't affect Halloween Horror Nights. The show still went on. However, the scare zones were affected by the rain.
Yeah, they were. And they had to sort of stop a few of the activities until the rain let up. It wasn't raining super hard.
It was a light rain, but just keep in mind that it is Florida, so definitely be prepared. Bring an umbrella or a poncho. And guys, bring a football.
Why are you...
Bring a football, guys. Right? And guys, bring a backpack, bring a book bag. And the reason why is because you don't want to be carrying so many things around. So if you bring a small backpack or a fanny pack, which is what I did, trust me, it'll help you guys a lot.
Our tour guide told us that it's not Halloween Horror Nights if it doesn't rain. So that gives you an idea. Just make sure to pack that. I did see some people with umbrellas, so you can bring that into the park too. And by the way, for those of you thinking, well, it's Halloween, I can go in a costume. No, you can't. They will not let you dress up in a costume. Before we go any further, if you're really enjoying this video, if it's helpful to you and your Halloween plans, don't forget to
subscribe, hit like, and ring that bell to stay up to date with all our videos. But you know what? Let's get into the haunted houses now.
My favorite. Another really nice perk of being in the RIP tour is that you get a dedicated tour guide, and this person is super knowledgeable about everything that has to do with Halloween Horror Nights, and they talk to you about the themes of all the houses.
Right, which to me was one of the best parts about it, because I've been to Horror Nights many times and you just going through the houses. Okay, you're the Weeknd house. Okay, you know it's a Weeknd house, but you don't really know the backstory of the house itself. And this tour guide will actually explain to you the setup, the theme of the house, and what you should actually look forward to.
So Larry Talbot, who by the way is the Wolfman, comes down here. He wants the amulet to break the curse of the Wolfman. He thinks it could do that. Well, the Count wants it to become a daywalker. So what's happening is that we're pretty much going into the mind of the Weeknd and all the crazy thoughts that he came up with for his videos. 1950s, we're going to the World's Tech Fair, and the BuzzCon Industries have a brand new product called the Exterminator. It's your heating, it's your cooling, and it's a bug exterminator all in one. So it looks like an air conditioning unit for your house. Unfortunately, stuff goes wrong.
And then also with the very last house that we went to, the Dead Man's Pier.
Right.
The story for that one was so spooky before we went in.
The setup was amazing. I mean, they visually, they went above and beyond on that. But okay, so now that we're wrapping up the video, very quick, what was your favorite haunted house?
Ooh. In terms of production value, the set design for the very last house that we went to, the Dead Man's Pier, was top notch. I mean, honestly, I think I spent the entire time walking through just looking at the set design. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, I honestly like the Weeknd's house.
Yes.
I thought, like I said, it wasn't scary, but the set design, the visual, everything about it, and the music. The music of the Weeknd, I think that was just the best part about it. So you were going through the house, listening to his soundtracks, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But one of the other ones that actually was pretty surprisingly good was the Black Phone.
We both agreed, though, that our favorite haunted house that we both liked, or really, really liked, was Halloween House.
Halloween House took us back to 1978 when Michael Myers first came in the scene and killed his little sister. That house was awesome. It was scary, and we don't want to spoil it for you guys, but you know what? I take it back. So the Weeknd was my second favorite house. Halloween was my first favorite house. It was scary.
And the set design, again, was so good. It felt like you really were in Michael Myers' house, that room where his sister Judith was too. And they even had a character who was portraying Michael Myers when he was a child. And this character looked like a child. It wasn't, though. Everybody who works in Halloween Horror Nights has to be 18 and older. But it was so realistic, and I won't spoil what happens in the last room, but let's just say I ran.
Here's the thing, if you're deciding on which house to go to first, I would say Halloween, the Weeknd, and
I think the Dead Man's Pier.
Definitely, because those will probably be the ones that have the longest line.
Yeah.
The Weeknd will definitely have the longest line because that is the main attraction this year. But overall, try to at least go to those 3 houses before you do any other houses. Trust us.
If you're a donut person, we have to recommend that you stop in City Walk at Voodoo Donut.
You know how many years we've been to City Walk and Universal Studios
know.
that we've never been to Voodoo Donuts? We
Never.
always see the pink boxes. People are walking all those pink boxes, and I'm thinking, what? They're just like Dunkin' Donuts, whatever.
Nothing like Dunkin' Donuts.
We were
no
craving...
shade to Dunkin', but these donuts were really nice. And by the way, I'm not a big donut person. I'm more of a bagel person. But these were really good.
Totally different things.
But
Sorry.
they're both bread. They're both carbs.
So we were craving something sweet last night, and we were like, you know what? Let's go to Voodoo Donuts.
How is it?
It's good. So soft. And that was like donut heaven, and those donuts were really, really good.
They were good. They were good. I ate almost my entire donut there. It's really big, so I couldn't finish it all.
I finished it for her. Don't worry about that. I got it.
So there you have it. Overall, we really had a good time, and I think it was because we had the RIP tour. It was so worth it. And if you're a scary movie fanatic, I highly recommend that you invest into the RIP tour.
At least once. And if you haven't invested into that, at the very least, get an express pass. Trust me, it will make your life a lot easier, and you'll enjoy the night. But guys, thanks again for watching. If you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe, like, and ring that bell to stay up to date with all our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.